Every morning, you need to mind hack and murder hack your brand.
Exponential growth is exponential.
Look at your calendar and burn it. What is your personal winning resume?
The number one thing that they don't teach in school is to make money. Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneur. Produce. Produce.
I am literally a god.
Bartags!
Business.
Money hacks.
Let's hear those sleigh bells jingling, ching, ching, jingling. Boom, boom, boom. You know that it's lovely. Boom, 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 boom. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Let's go. Let's ride in the snow. I just fired half of my employees.
Let's
Giddy up,
take
giddy
up
up,
the
giddy
snow.
up. Let's go. How's it going, everyone? I'm Dustin Hahn. Welcome to Business Money Hacks.
And I'm Bridge Stewart, and welcome to Business Money Hacks. Dustin, that was a nice little rendition you did there.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling jolly.
Yeah?
It is Christmas. It is it must be the day before Christmas, but whatever that's called. I am super excited.
Oh, yeah.
For this time of the year. It's the best. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, this is a wonderful time. This is when Dustin starts singing a lot. I've noticed this is sort of your yearly tradition. You just walk around the office just singing to yourself.
Humming. I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus, and I saw that a lot growing up.
You saw that a lot growing up.
That song spoke to me.
Old Santa smooching Mom.
Old Santa smooching Mom. You know, they used to, I don't know if they do this anymore, but they used to have mall Santas.
Oh.
They still do that, but there would be you would go, your parents would take you to the mall, your father would be out at some restaurant in the mall, your mom would split off, kind of walk around by yourself, and then eventually you'd hit the center of the mall, and there'd be Santa Claus sitting down
And he
giving
cast that gaze at Mom, huh?
That's right. Well, I would, my parents would split off immediately when we would show up at the mall, and then I would search for them, figure out where, and then you'd end up seeing Santa and Mama.
You'd walk up to the small Santa with Mom. Mom would sort of cast her gaze. Santa would look on a little with his old signature twinkle in his eye, huh? And
that's right. Mom would give me some spending cash. I would run off and do my thing, and then I wouldn't see Mom for the rest of the evening.
Wow. She had a thing for Santa, huh?
It was a tradition in my home.
Really?
But that would happen almost every day. There's like 20, 25 days of the month or something leading up to Christmas, and that would be a daily tradition.
25 days of Santa meeting up with Mom.
Meeting up with Mama. And you don't want to know what my dad was doing.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he'd be with the elves.
Oh, wow.
There'd be parties at the house.
Wow, very festive. That's a very festive house.
Well, they would decorate the guest house. They wouldn't decorate the main house, which was interesting. But and I never ended up going back to the guest house because there was a lot of laughing, a lot of jolly.
Oh, yeah.
But they would decorate the guest house, and all of their friends would dress up and have elves come in. And
yeah, what happens in the guest house stays in the guest house. The main house is for living. The guest house is for play. It always has been. You just play in the guest house.
That's the playpen.
That's the pig pen. I call it the pig pen.
Daddy's pig pen. I wouldn't be allowed in Daddy's pig pen.
Oh, yeah. Don't come into Daddy's pig pen when he's ready to start wrestling some pigs, if you know what I mean.
Needless to say, I would spend a lot of time alone during Christmas, and I would have it no other way. I love my little alone time.
You like being alone on Christmas, huh?
Oh, if I could just get rid of my inner voice on Christmas, I would be happy.
You'll always have that as a companion through your life, it seems.
Just that inner voice going,
"I'm coming for ya. I'm gonna get ya."
Is that what your inner voice does?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna get ya. Stop! What you're doing is stupid. You're stupid. You should just kill yourself.
It sounds like an art installation in some like high rise in New York.
Oh yeah, that's
the audio playing.
Yeah, my inner voice is abstract but negative.
I noticed that because sometimes we'd be sitting, in the conference room or whatever, waiting for some pitch or something, and you would just yell like, "Stop! Stop! Shut up! Shut up!" out of nowhere.
Shut up! Stop telling me to kill myself. I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to kill myself in the middle of a meeting. Yeah, it's a little inconvenient.
It is a bit inconvenient, but you know what? You got to break the ice somehow.
Oh, yeah. That's some cocktail conversation right there. It's like, fun fact, I've got an inner voice that's constantly telling me to kill myself.
Every time we would be in a meeting and you'd do that, it was like, everybody would be a little tense. We got the lawyers in the room. We got the contracts out there. We're finally about to figure out this business plan. And you would just blurt out,
"Stop, I don't want to. I love myself."
Yeah, very specific. But that would sort of break the ice and keep everything else.
And that would sort of
everything else in comparison is very light.
I noticed people would lighten up. Yeah, after that, they get more friendly, sort of smiling at each other. That's my goal.
That leads into your Christmas sort of traditions, right? I mean,
oh yeah, Christmas. Here, let's just start this off and just say we're fans of Christmas. I'm a fan of Christmas. Dustin, I'm not going to speak for you, but you're a fan of Christmas, right?
Oh, it's the holiday season.
Oh, God. I know the holiday season is coming around when Dustin enters a room and slams the door and starts screaming jingle bells at somebody.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
It's very intimidating. It's funny because you'll sing these holiday songs and be glaring at one of your employees.
Usually
singing it.
The intern, like whoever the new intern is, I want to make sure that they feel like they're ingratiated in the office. They're feeling like for the next year that they're part of the family. I want them to feel like they're part of the family. And that's something as a business owner you can do too. Is take the youngest, newest employee and looking into their eyes, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Hello, Audrey. How are you doing
Hello,
today?
Audrey. How are you doing?
This year we have an Audrey. So.
Yeah. Well, there's so much love.
I wrote some songs for Audrey this year.
Oh, your intern. Oh,
I did. I sat her down in the conference room and I just played it for her.
Wow.
I hope she likes my Christmas music.
That seems very appropriate for your.
She seems very nice.
Yeah. That's very nice and very. That's very nice of you. Very supportive of you for such a young intern.
Again, I want to make everybody feel like they're part of the family.
There's nothing better than making your interns feel special in the holiday season. That's right. That's what I always say. Yeah.
So what were you saying? You were saying, what are some of your traditions that you like to do?
I just love the Christmas spirit. And, look, I'm a fan of the eggnog. Like, let's just put it that way. I request.
That's an all-year-round thing, too.
Yeah, I like eggnog. But especially around Christmas, I make sure that eggnog punch bowl is filled to the brim, constantly refilling that throughout the day in my office.
It's like a fountain. I remember one year you had like a fondue fountain, but it was all eggnog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just
recycling
flowing.
itself.
It has to recycle itself. Otherwise... Yeah, I mean, I go to town on that, and I make it strong.
Yeah.
I make it. There's a lot of whiskey in that thing, and so.
Well, you texted me the other day, and you said, "Come on over. I've got that recycled eggnog fountain set up." So
it's kicking in high gear right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm drinking a lot of it. I've gained a lot of weight because of this. Eggnog is. It's the Christmas season. You're supposed to gain 30, 40 pounds. It's the Christmas season. You're supposed to gain 30, 40 pounds.
Within a couple weeks, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's part of the holiday tradition. Blow up on weight. Balloon over a 2-week period through strictly eggnog. And yeah, like I said, I make it strong. So about noon, 1 p.m. rolls around, and I'm blacked out by that point.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing all sorts of stuff. And the thing is,
Yeah.
I really get into the holiday spirit at my work, and I love just, like you said, the family aspect is so important, and I love my family. So I'm giving hugs. I'm really hugging a lot. I'm hugging all my. Well, I'm hugging. I'm hugging a lot. I'm grabbing. Yeah.
You're grabbing. Well, you got to grab what you want.
Oh yeah. I'm a handsy guy.
It's like Black Friday at your office. You're just grabbing what you can see.
Grabbing, hugging, all sorts of stuff.
Well, you're a very passionate guy. I always knew that about you.
Yeah.
You're very passionate, and you like your eggnog.
I like my eggnog. They've formed kind of a nickname for me at the office.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Hansy. That's what they're calling me there now. Old Hansy. Uh-oh, here comes Hansy. He's coming. We better run away. It's kind of like a game. Like,
yeah,
I come into the office and they're like, "Uh-oh, here's Hansy," and they try not to say it too loud because they don't want to. That's part of the game. But they'll sort of shuffle out of the room, and I'll sort of run after them and start grabbing them,
like a snow fox. You're trying to grab that snow fox or something like that.
Yeah, or that intern.
Like that intern,
or the snow fox intern. Either way.
Well, what's your intern's name?
Courtney.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few. I mean, I make sure there's a lot of interns at my place. I mean, honestly, I would say probably 60% of my workforce is interns.
Really?
Yeah.
60%. You've crossed that over 50 percentile threshold.
That's
my. That kind of reminds. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, that's part of the holiday spirit, though. It's the giving, right? You're giving these people opportunities.
That's what an internship is. It's the giving opportunities. Well, that leads me to why it is my favorite time of the year on the business side of things. It's the firing season. The firing season. I'm gonna let you go. There is no bonus.
And that's the song you sing when you let them go. You come into the office, you're singing,
I'm dressed like Santa, too.
Happy holidays, and now I'm going to let you go.
It's kind of a swooner thing, but not the interns.
No, you don't want to let go of the interns during the holidays. No way.
So, Bridges, famously, you have some of the most extravagant office parties, office Christmas parties. You go above and beyond, over the moon. With these office parties. It almost seems like every year you try to making it bigger.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, the finest cheese, the eggnog flowing, constantly flowing. It's just eggnog fountain after eggnog fountain. It's just
You've got caged polar bears this year. I noticed. You were taking
lots
photos.
of animals. Yeah, just roaming, letting them roam.
Let's just say that you gained 40 pounds, but the polar bears that you have caged up in the office have sort of lost that weight.
Oh, they lose it because, we're only feeding them eggnog. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Polar bears don't like eggnog very much.
I guess not. I guess that's something you learn through experience and not through looking it up.
It's such a blast. And I think it's so important for our listeners who are starting businesses to make sure that you throw those parties. You've got to have extravagant, over-the-top, really just sort of handsy Christmas parties. I think it really increases your morale.
Now, when you say handsy, you mean like you're always shaking hands with everybody in the office and giving them good job this year, great job this quarter.
Yeah,
Can't
absolutely.
Wait next
and hugs. I'm a big hugger. I just coming in for the hug, and I like to hold the hug. Sometimes I'll let 20, 30, 40 seconds. I'll have that hug and just be hugging and I'll say, don't let go. Don't you dare let go.
Yeah, but in a fun way. It's like, don't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I got you. This is my right to hug you now. This is the game we play.
This is the game we play.
This is the game we all play at Christmas.
By the time it's New Year's, do you have any special sort of traditions? By the time holidays are over, it's January 2nd or January the day after New Year's.
Oh well, it's definitely a reawakening, as I'm sure you are as well are involved. It's the reawakening.
Step out of that cocoon and see what pops out. You really aren't supposed to have a plan with that sort of thing. You just see what happens.
Yeah.
You drink all the eggnog you can, and then the next January 1st, just see what your personality is this year.
Oh, yeah. It's just a constant barrage of winging it. Yeah. Resolutions, and I think we can both agree on this. Our listeners should not make resolutions. No. That's for cowards. What's going on? How's your holidays been going thus
It's
far?
been great. Like I said, I've been spending a lot of time alone, and I like it that way. A lot of time with myself, my thoughts, in my echoey dining hall. I have a huge table in my dining hall. You've seen it. It's like a Viking table.
Oh, yeah.
And I sit at the end of the dining room table. I just eat.
Yeah.
I feast. And the entire table is just brimming with foods, of delicacies from all parts of the world. Grapes from England. Grapes from England.
Oh, exotic English grapes.
Pork from the northernmost parts of Canada.
Oh, northern pork is the finest pork.
Northern pork? From China, we have mascarpone.
Oh.
They make great mascarpone.
Oh, my.
Anyway,
and this is all for you. No one to share with.
Nobody to share. I gorge. I know you love that eggnog, but I like a variety, let's say. Because that's what Christmas is about. Jesus was born, and the kings came with frankincense and myrrh and gold. Yeah. And Jesus, he would eat all these things, and that's how
he would feast. Oh, Jesus would eat. He was known to really just let himself go.
He was
Christmas season. He was an animal,
especially around Christmas time.
Oh yeah, he would put on so much weight. He'd just wander around Jerusalem, just drunk on eggnog, screaming,
showing up to people's homes, banging on the door. They'd say, "Jesus, is that you?"
Let me in. Who's giving me a hug? Who's giving Jesus a hug?
I mean, that's what Santa was based off of Jesus. Everybody knows that. So if you think about it, the etymology of that is he's a fat guy who just show up to your home and demand cookies. That's what Jesus did. Like, Jesus, we don't recognize you. Why are you acting this way? Shut up!
Shut up! I'm tired. I need to lay down.
What?
I'm gonna be sick.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a
classic Jesus.
That was in Kings.
And then Santa continued that tradition. He'd show up, and he's already overweight. I mean, he can't control himself.
Well, Jesus would show up depressed because he knew he'd have to sacrifice himself. So he would show up sad and depressed. And
I'm tired. I'm just so tired.
Speaking of which, I have been tired very recently.
Oh yeah.
This whole week, and this is sort of I've been having these very vivid dreams.
Oh yeah,
where these ghosts would show up to my house. They're really vivid. Like sometimes these dreams would go on. I wouldn't even be going to bed. It'd be middle of the day. But these ghosts would show up and talk about. I'm trying to remember now. They just start babbling about. Oh, your future, your past, your present, or something. It's just a lot of babbling about the things that I've done, the things I'm doing, and the things that I will do. And they actually come every year.
Just around the Christmas time, huh?
What's that?
Around Christmas time?
Around Christmas time, yeah. I always have these vivid dreams about...
These three ghosts would show up.
These three ghosts would show up and...
Talking
honestly,
to you.
these ghosts are my only companions around this time of year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you get to kind of hang out with some ghosts.
When I say that
Christmas
I spend
season.
time alone, I spend time with
your inner
guests.
voice and three ghosts. Mm-hmm. And just all while you're sitting at a large table filled to the brim with food.
Yeah. There's definitely a message, but you know how dreams are. You can't even remember it.
Yeah.
I can't rest until you change. They're trying to move on, and I need to be different. I don't.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, all the scientists say dreams are completely meaningless. So it's probably just random blasts of neurons going on in your brain as you.
Oh, it's all science. There's nothing. That sort of thing.
It's all meaningless. Dreams are meaningless. There's no messages.
I do have to say that a window did fly open in my bedroom, several different windows. A huge gust of wind. I just heard chains.
Yeah.
Rattling of cages and chains. And then like a bit of moaning. But again, I haven't been sleeping a lot. But the moaning was like, oh, my bones. My bones.
Oh, well, that's just any given Tuesday. I mean, at the Dustin house, is somebody screaming about their bones.
I cannot rest until you change your ways.
That sounds like it makes no sense at all. Nobody ever changes. That's, one thing I've learned in this life is that nobody changes. That's what happens in Disney movies. That's the only thing I've learned in my life. Oh, I've learned something about myself. The amount of times people tell me that, and then they just go back to doing the same exact thing.
Oh, God, the amount of life coaches I've gone through.
Just the revolving door of life coaches going to Dustin's house. It's just...
I once had 3 therapists come into my home at once, and they started arguing with each other, and I snuck back.
Yeah, therapists... But you're pro-therapist. You love them coming over.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
I have...
So most of them have been quite attractive, I will say.
Well... pick and choose my therapists.
They're good. They're great therapists.
They're great. I'm actually having a little therapist meeting. I have a guest house decorating that for
therapy session at the pig pen, huh?
Oh yeah,
the old pigsty.
My little New Year's gift to myself. 24 days alone with my thoughts, and then New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. Welcome to the pig trough.
Welcome to the pig trough.
Yeah. I want to.
You're welcome. You're welcome to come.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a food truck. We got a whole thing going.
A food trough. There's nothing better than making a therapist squeal like a pig.
Nothing better than
that's the way to ring in the New Year's is get all your therapists together, pay them a lot of money, and say, start squealing, pigs. We're in the pig pen now. I want to hear you squeal.
It's nothing like breaking a therapist in,
Oh, yeah.
Like a stuck pig.
Oh, there's nothing like a pig. There's nothing like some of that northern pork. Some of that fresh Canadian northern pork. It's the most tender because of what they've done to the pig.
Well, there's extra blubber,
Extra blubber. They make them run around. They make those pigs run.
Those pigs up there, you could barely call them pigs at that point. You know how you throw a pig out into the wilderness, they'll turn into a hog. These are sort of more like walrus pigs,
Oh, yeah. Arctic pigs.
They can
just
swim.
Running around. And they squeal all the time. They're just constantly squealing. That's how you know. That's how you know the meat is fresh.
Oh. If you've ever visited Alaska or northern Russia, like the Aurora Borealis, you'll hear, it's beautiful out there. See the beautiful colors, but in the distance you'll hear.
That's a beautiful sound. Just the sound of thousands of humongous pigs screaming into the night.
Oh, there's nothing so humbling when you're up visiting the Aurora Borealis and seeing how vast our universe is, and while hearing squealing pigs.
Oh, it's like music to my ears. It gets me in the holiday spirit. Sometimes I'll just put on, I've got a CD player, and I have a CD in that CD player of just pig squeals, and I'll be sitting at my desk around the holiday season just listening to pigs screaming over my speakers, and people will come in and I'll say, welcome to my office, time for a hug, and the pigs will be just screaming their heads off.
Last Christmas I gave you a pig.
I gave you a pig.
The very next day it's squealing away. I gotta say, I really should record a Christmas album and give that as a sort of Christmas cards next year.
Yeah, I think people are demanding it. But I mean, I hand out my pig squealing mix tape.
You got a pig squealing mix.
It's a mixtape of just pigs squealing. And
that would be an interesting gift to just like hand out pig whistles.
I'll be driving around in my Mercedes just pulling up. When you see me pull up to the intersection, just and then they'll say, oh, look, it's Bridge, and I'll look at them and immediately jump out of my car and try and give them a hug.
Well, speaking of which, I have a little holiday gift for you. Bridge.
Oh.
I do. I donated to Bridges Kids. I donated a large sum of money to Bridges Kids.
Bridges Kids. My foundation.
Your foundation.
My charity. Yes.
So I just want to make sure it's said out loud. It's a donation. It's a donation to your charity before the end of the year.
Yeah.
A large sum.
That's fantastic. And
large donation.
That's what this is about. This is,
Yeah.
That's what the holiday spirit is about, is giving money to charities.
So what did you get me, Bridge?
Well, I'll be honest. I don't believe in gifts.
Oh.
I'm not a gift giver. I'll accept them.
Right.
But I don't like giving gifts. I think it's it feels disingenuous. It feels transactional to me, and I don't. My relationship with others, I don't want that to be a transaction. I want it to be based on purely, who you are as a person. I feel like gifts kind of cheapen, that relationship between people, and I find it despicable. But to each their own.
Okay. Well, now I feel.
No. You shouldn't feel any way. It's fine. I mean, it's just my personal belief that I think it's, it just feels condescending. It feels patronizing. It feels like you're reducing someone's worth to a dollar sign, and it honestly sickens me a little bit. But no, I'm not going to judge you based on what you do and the choices you make.
I mean, all I did was donate to your foundation, Bridges Kids.
And I appreciate it. I think it's great that you're doing that. I wouldn't do it. It's not something I would do.
How are the kids?
I don't know. I don't really follow it.
Oh,
it's kids, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, well, no, I think, but I do think it's making an impact.
Because you set that up in the 80s. So I would assume at this point, they're a little bit older.
Yeah, because it's like we don't change the kids. We don't change the kids who the money goes to. So yeah, they're probably not kids anymore. They're probably middle-aged. So I should really change it to Bridges Middle-Aged Men. Because it specifically meant it was boys. It was going to.
Well, I remember you set it up in the 80s, or it was 1987 or 88. It was an orphanage, right? And it was going to
an orphanage or like a private school.
Kids,
same
but
thing.
Now they're older, and they've been receiving. I imagine they've been receiving large donations every year.
I campaign for Bridges Kids. I make sure to get the word out about the importance of Bridges Kids. So, yeah, it gets a lot of money.
Adults.
Private school, educated. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really Bridges Men.
Well, I'm glad that I was able to give some amount of money. Anyway, that's my gift to you.
That's
Bridge.
great.
Yeah.
That makes you feel good. That's good.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, I just the usual. Like, I want to, remove my skin and replace it with like some sort of metal material. Like, I mean, we've run through this. I mean,
we've run through the gamut.
We've done this. Put my brain in a jar and have it hover through some sort of, drone device so that I can cover the landscape quicker with my metal body. That sort of thing.
Here's hoping 2023 will turn out to be your year when you can finally be a brain in a jar.
Yeah, that's the goal. What about you?
I just want this screaming to stop.
Yeah, that sounds like a resolution that only you can solve. Maybe those therapists, maybe the therapist pig pen sesh, might solve some of that screaming.
Fun little pig party.
Welcome to the pig party, ladies.
I promise I'll be better. I'm so broken.
I'm having a breakthrough. Where? They love hearing that.
You've changed me.
You've changed me, therapist. You've taught me so much.
Hold me, hug me.
What a scam.
For all the acquaintance be forgot and
yeah.
I don't know why they haven't done that for the New Year's ball, in Times Square. just let loose a bunch of wild boars into the crowd?
Wouldn't that be a sight? Well, New York wouldn't approve that. Yeah, they're not going to let a bunch of pigs out.
No, you're just looking up at the ball, the 10, 9, 8. They just let hundreds of wild boars out into the crowd.
Now that I would like to see. New York would never do it, though. They got enough pigs as it is.
Oh, yeah, which group of people are you referring to, Bridge?
We'll just say New York doesn't have a problem with pigs. They've got enough.
I'll fill in the blanks there, Bridge.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone, and have a Happy New Year.